moving right along, the last thing we did was included our insert template using the autoform package. Now, let's go back and let's create our update template. So if we go to the docs for this autoform package that we're using, you'll notice right here, just like how we had the insert form and we took this spacebar's code, now we want to do the same thing, but we want to grab it for this update form. So we'll take that, then we will go and change it in our update restaurant HTML file. Then we'll paste it in. And you'll notice I already had something in there, but that's just because I was playing around with it beforehand. Then here, there's just a few things we need to update. The first thing is we're not using a collection called books, we're using a collection called restaurants. Keep the doc equals this the same, and change this to update restaurant. And then this type, update right here, that will stay the same. So now we want to test the update restaurant template in our HTML. So let's go over to our HTML file. And here's where things start to get a little wonky. So we need to create a template to include on our home page because we have to use a helper method to test our update template. So to do that, I'm just going to create a template called main. And from here, we'll just take the code that we have right here in our body currently. We'll put it inside main. And then right here, so then in the body, we need to include this template. So we'll say main. And then down here, let's create our, let's yield in our update template. So update restaurant. Now the problem with this is that the update restaurant template that we created needs to know which restaurant object we are updating, right? It can't just update, it doesn't know which object we're trying to update. You know, that doesn't matter with insert because we're creating a new restaurant document, but here it doesn't know which document we're trying to create. So to tell it which one we're trying to create, that's where we're going to use the doc equals this line right here. So we'd say doc, the document we want to update equals, my document. So we need to create the my document, and we'll actually say restaurant document. We need to create a helper that will return this so that we can get it into our HTML. So let's go to, and to do this, you can just use the default JavaScript file. I think we may have deleted that in a previous video. So I just created a really simple .js file just called quick right here. And I've already got the code written out. And what we are going to do is you'll just say template.main.helpers. So let me split the window here. So we do the typical, are we on the client? Then we're going to do template.main.helpers. So we're accessing the main template right here. And let me delete that. Sorry, that was me playing around. And now we need to create a helper that will return a restaurant document called restaurant document, right? Like this. So let's go to our helpers. We'll say restaurant document, create that helper function. And why don't we just return the first thing from find one? So we'll just say restaurants.findOne, and we'll just return that document. So now let's go take a look at our app, and we can see, I need to back out. Oh, we can see that we aren't using container correctly, so let's go fix that. Let's get this call for the update restaurant template inside our container. And so here's our update template, and here's our insert template. So it looks like something's wrong. It should be showing the current values for something. So let's go ahead and fix that. Doc equals restaurant document. That should work. Restaurant document, and then return restaurants.find1. Let me see if we're getting an error. No, so it just would appear that this returning a single item isn't very happy. How about this? We'll do it like this since I know that it works. Let's comment out our insert restaurant right here. So we will see the insert restaurant. So now we only have the update template in here. And then from there, we'll just change this to generate an update restaurant template for each restaurant item that we've created. So this is like what we've done before. We'll do an each tag, so we'll say each value. And then over here on our helpers, let's create our helper called restaurants. And now, so we're looping over each restaurants. And then instead of saying restaurant document, since we destroyed that, let's say this. Let's double check that's working. It is not. I don't know why I'm not seeing anything. I misspelled restaurants. Here we go. All right. And for whatever reason, it's still being weird. So give me a second. We'll query our restaurants, see what's going on. So I've got 2 restaurants in there, so we should have one for each of those restaurants. Okay, so this has been a little weird on me. I'm not quite sure what I did differently than last time. I'm going to pause the video now and fix this problem, and we will pick up in the next video.